Hello, everybody. This is White Wolf, and we're going to be talking about inserting your energy, inserting yourself in the highest timeline, allowing yourself to be at the highest vibratory nature of your own reality, and also just in the state of being without having to sit for 8 hours, without having to just wait on it to happen or grounding yourself. How can you insert your vibration to where you want it to be? How can you assert yourself and allow your vibration to be the overarching understanding that I can insert my vibration here and I can be now and I can be forever, and allow yourself to tap into the highest vibratory nature now, because you can use your imagination to lead to the best manifestations. You're able to play with the childlike wonder and allow that masculine and that feminine to be that kundalini energy that allows you to tap into the things that you need inside of your soul, instead of the stuff that's inside of your soul that's prohibiting you from tapping into your highest resonance. So insert your vibration and confirm what you are and confirm what you are not. Allow your vibration and you being assertive and attentive and dedicated to the very fact that you have faith. And when you have faith, you have strength. When you have strength, you have stability. And when you have that stability, you are able to be secure within your vibration. You allow your vibration to be an example that you're setting for the entire world. You allow it to be that flare. You allow it to have a long-lasting understanding that I can be consistent and I can motivate myself past my own empowerment. And then that empowerment turns into a state of being to know where you are. You are omnipresent, so you are everywhere, you are everything. And you are all of the energetic codes that you're seeking. You have to realize that you are made of everything. You are made of consciousness. So consciousness has to project what it is. So stop subjecting yourself to being an object and project what you want out into the universe, because once you start doing that, you send out signs, miracles, wonders, and confirmation. You allow yourself to be the confirmation that you're seeking. You allow yourself to ask those questions that need to be asked. You allow yourself to ask to the point where you believe, to the point where you know that you always receive, and that everything in this reality is rigged in your favor. So everything is rigged in our favor to make us understand and realize and be more cognizant about our authentic truth. We allow ourselves to tap into this understanding that we are here to be prosperous, to be anointed, to be equipped, to be empowered to follow our aligned actions. So when we align our actions to our reactions and they turn into proactions, and then we change those causes and those different effects so that we can live cause-driven, because we're following something. We're not going about this life like a chicken with its head cut off. We have a sense of direction. We have a deep water horizon to look at. We have a portrait. We have a project. We have something to go on. Now that we have this integrity and that we're able to dream big and to realize that we can have whatever we want, and it's just waiting for us to realize that it's not based within our peripheral, but it's just based on how can we reach up and grab it and place it here and place it now, so that you can be that energy that you're seeking right now. So that was my opening to this live feed. Also, you can book private sessions. Also, you can follow me on YouTube, White Wolf the Oracle, BitChute, White Wolf the Oracle 23_@, Instagram, White Wolf 4741. So also you can book private sessions for $60 for an hour. So what is happening to this planet is that we are inserting the vibration and asserting ourselves to motivate ourselves past our empowerment, so that we can be the living, breathing affirmation of activations. So instead of trying to activate yourself, instead of trying to heal yourself, allow yourself to see yourself before you are healed. What does the person look like before and after you are healed? So you allow yourself to be in the present, but you also allow yourself to be in the future. You allow yourself to accept you are who you are right now, and then you accept the person after the activation or the healing happened. Because you were never not God after you got triggered, after you lost your shit, after that person cut you off in traffic, or you tried to discipline your child. It does not mean that you were not God in that moment. It's okay because we act like spiritual behaviors are just acceptable and that we need to be more kind and compassionate. But God acts in every way. God feels in every way. God accentuates energy in every type of way. So understanding this is that you don't have to be a certain way. You just have to be who you are. You have to be your unique self. You have to be your individuated creation. Being who you are is being what you are, and allowing yourself to not only heal, but you allow yourself to quantum leap and transform and accentuate. And also you allow yourself to be the contemplation of energy, because you're not being restrictive or complacent or selfish. Because if you were to give up, if you were to say no to your vibration or no to your desires, no to your happiness, no to your success, that would be, in a sense, denying who God Source Energy is in the great I Am. Don't deny yourself the blessings, the gifts, the love that you're supposed to seek within this reality. Don't subject yourself to people, places, and things that do not fit within your vibration or align to your resonances. Allow yourself to question yourself. Allow yourself to look yourself in the mirror and accept that person that's looking back at you. Allow yourself to love yourself so that you can love for others and take care of them and nurture them and guide them as the living higher self, the guide, the oracle of Loveline Wisdom that is trying to guide the universe and everybody's counterparts, because it's a co-creation and you are prophets and you're living out a prophesying prophecy. You're allowing yourself to not only predict your future, but you're already there and you don't even realize it, because you're omnipresent, because you're simultaneous, because you're here now and forever, and you're eternal and you're infinity. So by being that, you're allowing yourself to be true to who you are. You're allowing yourself to subtract and add in and implement and intend before the intention is present. You allow the idea to generate the energy of excitement without having to do so. So when you feel empowered, when you feel amped up, and you have that energy and that power and that authority and that faith and that strength, use it to the best of your ability, because that's when things are flowing, that's when things click, and also that's when you know that you're at an accelerated rate within your own kinetic magnetic source energy. So you're always generating electricity within your life. So just know that you are not the mind and you are not the body, but you are the non-physical reality trying to align that physical reality within its own aligned perspective. So non-physical and physical becomes the oracle of Loveline Wisdom. It becomes the higher self, but it allows you to also become spirit in human form, but allows you to be a spirit guide. So what you're doing is that you're channeling the energy of the great prophets before us. You're channeling the energy of the extraterrestrials, the dragons, the angels. And you're taking that and allowing yourself to be a hidden realm, a quantum realm within itself, a multiverse that you're generating out of your heart chakra. So the heart has to be aligned to the mind in order to be in sync with every chakra. It has to do that in order to be grounded, to align yourself within who you are. So it's not just about grounding, it's not just about healing, it's not about just doing shadow work, but sometimes it's about placing yourself there to know that you're going to get there and purifying where you're coming from instead of where you're going. So it's not about who you are now, and it's not about what you're going to become. It's just allowing yourself to be, and knowing that everything will be attracted to you as that magnetic force of kinetic source energy. So you will attract everything that you want to attract within your life, and you will also be able to impart this wisdom, but also have the wisdom imparted to you. So it's an ongoing reflection of projection. So you're always being reflected back the light of source so that you can be the appearance of light, so that you can see your parallel aspects and your parallel realities here present all the time. So you allow yourself to be connected to the radio frequency of every type of frequency, sound, light, manifestation, appearance. So this is where you become absolute within a higher density of consciousness. So when you make the decision to not only meditate, but to act on something, to subtract something, to step out of an old reality, you're generating a wave of energy. But it's not even just a ripple effect, but it is an activation of your mind, your body, and your spirit becoming one, becoming oneness itself. So you allow yourself to not be based in one aspect. So we understand by the very fact that we give up our allegiances, our attachments, our distortions, our thoughts, and also our projections. If we give those up and we stop having that battle with ourselves, that fight and that tug of war against ourselves, because we all have this, if we give that up, then what are we? We're more than spaciousness, we're more than a nothingness, and it's not like you're thinking about that nothingness or that spaciousness. And it's not just you're thinking about one thing or how to manifest this or how can I be a better boyfriend or girlfriend. If you are absolutely nothing, then that means you're everything. Because what you have done is that you've given up this body. You've given up this fight. You've given up this imposter syndrome. You've given up these lies and this deceit that you have been living. You've given up that vessel so that this vessel can be used as a channel of love light. Please share this out. Also, press the like button. Share this out with your spiritual friends. Also, book a private session for $60 as well. And if you guys are seeing this on the other platforms, I go live on TikTok. So if you're confused when you're watching it on other platforms, that's what I'm doing. So it allows you to see that you can pick and choose what you want to be. That you can pick the right time, pick the right date. That you can have a choice to be what you want to be at that exact moment. Are you calm? Are you cussing? Are you angry? But it doesn't change the fact that you are source in human form. Just because you're not at that high vibratory nature now doesn't mean that you never will be. But you understand by living your life and not having to act a certain way, not having to meditate for 8 hours, not having to live in a monastery with a bunch of monks, knowing that you can have your own type of spiritual wisdom and teachings. You can have your own wisdom teachings. You can have your own, like, church in a sense. Because a lot of people think that we have to go into a building to praise God in a sense. God wants you to realize that you are God manifested in the human form, in the human body, like Jesus was. So we have to realize that God is an illusion. But the tricky part is, and this is the tricky part, that the illusion is not God. Just think about it for a second. So that means that we're not a thing, that we're not an object, that we're not a thought. So that means that we can pick the appearances, the manifestations, the people, places, and things that we want in our parallel reality, and understanding that prosperity is energy. Everything is energy. Your mind, your body is energy. It is not a single thing. So what was telling your mind to conjure up all of these other things that you thought you were conjuring up before it was known to you or shown to you, or scientific phenomenon, because scientists think that they have to have something slapping them in the face to see that is fact or that is truth. And that is a flawed premise, if you will, because you are the scientist, you are the divine instrument. It's all coming from the source of energy. It's all coming from the heavens. It's coming from the angelic realms. It's coming from the galaxies out in space. So realizing that you are the divine instrument to understand your alchemy, to understand your integrity, that everything is generated from this blessing, and realizing that you are the blessing and the gift that keeps on giving to itself and to others. And the sensory input of relaxation is allowing you to elevate the vibration itself. So just for a moment, if you realize I am the instrument, I am the beginning, and I am the never-ending aqua flow of God source energy, meaning that nothing can be created unless I first say or do or speak or act or just be or channel. So also like this live and share it out. And we're also going to do a meditation. So if you want to receive the meditation here, it's a free meditation. Also, I'm going to show you some cards that I pulled for you guys tonight. And I want to kind of give you guys a diagram of how I set this live up. So don't go anywhere yet if you want to see the cards, and you'll get like 3 cards. And also, I want to do a meditation. And I really wanted to talk about understanding that inserting and asserting your vibration means that you are already placing yourself there. So how can you be forever now? How can you be here? How can you be present? How can you be the highest vibratory nature without a ceiling, the highest density of consciousness now, but also a grounded, unified being that knows, that projects, that analyzes and realizes that it is the scientist of reality, knowing that the divine instrument is the one that's being channeled. So I'm going to get these cards, unless I can get it out of the crack of the table. So I got The Secret Language of Light by Denise Jarvis, and that is what is happening to our planet right now. So if you can see this diagram here, it's Metatron's cube. Metatron's cube encompasses all sacred geometry. So enlightenment, and this is what's happening to the planet. This is what, it's not fully there yet, but that's where it's going to turn into a dome of energy. I've talked about this many times, is that you have to walk around your reality as if you are this energy, as if you are an environment, as if you're the entire landscape, as if you're the entire universe, because that is you, and you are the appearance of light. And also you are the projection of God's illusion. So therefore, this is what you're trying to become, in a sense, because that's why the pyramid analogy is great. But I think it doesn't really get the whole picture, in a sense. Because Metatron Cube allows you to psychically protect yourself fully. It allows you to psychically protect your entire resonance. So when you're going to the store, that you don't take in everybody's energy. It allows your empathicness to be in a sense of how to reflect and how to share and how to love in a greater way. So that's what we're all trying to become, because that's what we are. We're that ball of light. We're that sphere of light. And we're trying to spread that to the whole world. So, I usually don't use cards in my lives, but it was very essential for this message. Also, press the like button and also share out. So dream big. This is the Mermaids and Dolphins. I do believe this is from Doreen Virtue. So dream big. Let go of small thoughts about yourself and see yourself succeeding. So we have to let go of all of our attachments, all of our distortions, and all of our negativity and the thoughts that come with it, so that we understand that the negative thoughts is the imposter syndrome and the positive thoughts are where the higher self is finally channeled. And it's not just like you're being delusional or you're just running away or spiritually bypassing. You're transcending your emotions. You're transcending the meaning. You're transcending the description and the explanation of everything of who you are, because you're not based to a subject to object relationship. So we have angel therapy as well. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it's integrity. That was one thing I did say about this live. So if you are still on this live, we're going to do a meditation as well. Also, book a private session with me for $60 for an hour. And you can follow me on YouTube, White Wolf the Oracle, BitChute, White Wolf the Oracle 23 _@ and Instagram, White Wolf 4741. So integrity. Align your actions so that they match your values and inner knowingness for what's right for you. That's the greatest advice that anybody could give you, is to align your actions so they match your values and inner knowingness for what's right for you. So if you can see that these cards have influenced this message, and that's why we get that word picture whenever we have cards or when we say something that resonates to somebody, because it's activating something within them. It's reprogramming their DNA. It's allowing them to have a heightened state of awareness as if they were on psychedelics, if you will. So it kind of just primes you in a way to where it is allowing you to see at a greater anointing, at a greater vantage point. So that was my live, but we're also going to do a meditation. So if you stay tuned, you can receive the meditation as well. Also book a private session with me. And yeah, so let's do the meditation. Allow yourself to lay down. Allow yourself to be comfortable in any way that you meditate. Focus on an object. Do jumping jacks. If you need to cuss. There is no judgment here. There is no right or wrong. There's no this way or that way. There is no agree to disagree in this realm of energy of who you are. Allow yourself to take a big, deep breath. Exhale. So place your attention upon your intention and let it build the tension of understanding that you're amplifying the movement, that you're generating the excitement before the action is present, that the idea comes before the thinking of the idea, that the declaration becomes before the affirmation, that allows you to be a balanced entity of love and light to where you can see what you are instead of who you are. And then seeing who you are allows you to be the essence of the I am presence. It allows you to download the sacred geometry within yourself to understand that everything has a spiritual origin, that where it began, where it was created, where it was tapped into, and you can allow yourself to be simultaneous and spontaneous wherever you are at, because you're omnipresent. You're channeling the wisdom from the angels, from the galactic beings, from your guides, and also the prophets before us, to develop our own wisdom teachings, to be a non-dual awareness, to be independent within our vibration, to where we're promoting elevation, empowerment, strength, faith, stability, instead of stagnation, limitation, and depression. You have to feel angry to get past your anger. You have to keep going with your ideas until you find the right one. You have to generate a new intention so that there can be a new manifestation. You have to tap into your inner child so that you have imagination. You have to have contemplation before you have concentration. You have to ponder in order to question yourself, or question your reality, or even asking a question, raising your hand to the divine like, I don't quite understand this. I want to know more about this. Can you help me with my math homework? To the point where you just ask fiercely, fearlessly, to the point where you always know that you don't just believe, you know that you receive, and you know that everything is rigged within your favor. It's just waiting for you to accept it. It's waiting for you to give up the mind, give up the body, and to just be the soul. To where you are just a channel. That you are the aqua river flow of God's source energy, and that you choose to go downstream like the Niagara Falls. Going upstream is difficult, but going downstream is a lot smoother and easier. Getting up the mountain is where it presents a challenge. But can you be in bliss on that mountain when you get to the very top? It's about the feeling of being on top of that mountain instead of the rigorous climbing that came to be on that mountain. It's the feeling as you accomplish that workout in the morning to where you saw that it was very much worth it. Since I have goals and ambitions and I want to do what I love and not something that I don't love, because that promotes a false identification of the imposter syndrome. And it doesn't allow me to see past my peripheral, past my comfort zone. And it doesn't allow me to stay within the stretching zone. That's why we're the sphere of light, and that's why we become Metatron's cube. We have that DNA of God. We have that sacred geometry. We have that grace of the angels. We have that courage of the prophets. And we have the strength and the intelligence of our extraterrestrial counterparts. And we have leadership and a co-creation like we are the Avengers, in a sense. because they can say it's just Captain America. They can say that it's just the Hulk. They can say that it's Black Widow. They can say that it's Hawkeye. That it's just one person. But that's why there's legions of prophets. That's why there's armies of angels, earth angels. That's why there are many different species of who we are as a human race, and also within the multiverses, within the hidden realms, the quantum realms, and also the angelic realms and the hidden realms that we don't even know about in the 12 dimensions. Even though there's not just 12 dimensions, but let's just say for the sake of this meditation that there are 12 dimensions, even though that there's more than that. So every day, know that you're here for a purpose. Know every day that you're here for a reason. And know that every day that you grow brighter and brighter, stronger and smarter. You become more strong-willed. You become more in sync with yourself, tapped into the frequency of that divine consciousness. That oracle that knows itself, that knows how to live, that knows how to laugh, that knows how to love, and use its wisdom and its light and its counsel to have integrity, to have character, to have honor, and to also just have your dignity and your innocence back to yourself. I'm just holding space for you all. And just know that it is complete. And so it is. So thank you guys. That was very powerful. If I seemed a little jittery, I had like a cup of coffee and I probably was all over the place, but I can't help it. Sometimes I get amped up with my lives. And also book private sessions, $60 for 1 hour. You can have cards, but usually I don't even use the cards anymore. I just channel the knowledge that's present. Sometimes I just get information and I just kind of start on. And I want to thank everybody and give a shout out to you all that watch me, that you liked 3,400 likes. Wow, I haven't had that in a minute. So thank you for liking, thank you for sharing. Also go to my YouTube, White Wolf the Oracle of Love, Light, and Wisdom. Instagram, whitewolf4741. BitChute, White Wolf the Oracle 23_@. And also my PayPal is in there and Cashapp. So if you want to book a private session with me anytime, you can. And also, if I don't get you, my personal profile on Facebook is Jacob Wolf, and also on Facebook you can see White Wolf the Oracle of Love, Light, and Wisdom as well. Excuse me. So I'm trying to see if there's anything else my guides want me to say. So I appreciate the support, and it's been a blessing to be on this path for 3 years, and also to get to do what I do, and also just to get to see beautiful people that are liking and commenting. And I've tried to do live readings. I've had to put a lot of people in their place because my higher self tells me to. That's the only reason why I say anything to people. Or if I read your comments, I do look at your guys' comments. So how about I just read your guys' comments if your guys are going to stay on. Let me see your comments here. I didn't mean to invite you if I did. Wonderful. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Girl, what is fairy tale story time? We're always having story time. I appreciate how spiritual you are. Have you read the Bible? I used to be a Christian. I am not a Christian anymore. You're a cute man. I appreciate that, but I have a girlfriend. But thank you for the compliment. Men in baseball hats have it all figured out and are cool. Did you give up a vessel? OMG, you are so deep according to you. That's okay. If he doesn't resonate with what I bind witches' powers, I do not receive that in my energetic field. So thank you. I like it when you guys comment. Just know. And also, prayers go out to your niece. I hope that your niece gets better. I hope God moves on your niece and heals her of her sickness. And I am very, very sorry. And just know that I sent 10 angels to your little girl, the Apostle Paul and Jesus, and the black dragon from Saturn to your niece. So there you go. So thank you guys so much for being a part of this live. If I seemed jittery, if I seemed all over the place, I can't help it. I was on coffee and caffeine. So, and I also got those cards. So if you receive those cards, take what resonates, what doesn't resonate, like and subscribe wherever you are at. And until next time, this is White Wolf. Thank you. God bless and namaste.